All right, welcome to this special series which focuses on the Aerocity. It's a special series brought together by the GMR Group in association with BW Business World, and we are glad that today we have with us a distinguished guest, Mr. Alok Aggrawal, who is the Managing Director and CEO of Brookfield Properties India. Welcome, sir, to this conversation.
Thank you, Rohil. Thank you so much.
Before I begin, I want to briefly introduce Mr. Aggarwal, where he oversees all aspects of the business, including design, development, strategic initiatives, finance, corporate strategy, leasing, and tenant relationships. He has spearheaded the largest professional office platform in India, creating a customer-focused senior management team. In his previous stints, he has been associated with some of the top names like DLF, the Chatterjee Group, and Mahindra Realty. I could go on more, but because of the paucity of time, let me ask you my first question. What features of this location and the ecosystem specifically attracted Brookfield India? If you could dwell into all those factors for our audience.
So at Brookfield Properties, we generally handpick our assets. We handpick our offices which are best in class, and which are unique in terms of where they're located. And I would say Aerocity and Wordmark is unique in many senses. Aerocity being the premier hospitality business district in NCR, has a very unique positioning. It has been able to come to a number one position since its inception, and what we see here is that, of course, the world-class infrastructure and then metro connectivity makes it accessible from all the locations in NCR as well as Gurgaon. Then it's pivoted between the premium business districts of Delhi as well as Gurgaon.
Right.
And not only business districts, it's also accessible from residential townships or residential apartments of entire NCR and Delhi and Gurgaon. This means the talent can easily reach here, and of course the concept of hospitality, concept of offices and retail and amenities located at same location makes it very unique in terms of its positioning as well as its location.
Let me come to my next question. If you look at how Aerocity and Worldmark are enhancing the hospitality and business landscapes of Delhi NCR, how do you see this? How do you see their contribution in reimagining the landscape of Delhi NCR?
It's an interesting question, and if you really see many years back when Aerocity and Wordmark did not have their presence, it was the number one district was something which we did not know. What is a Delhi's number one district? Whether Delhi has a number one district which other cities have. But with the emergence of Aerocity and Wordmark, we know the number one position is held by these Wordmark and Aerocity, and that's a fantastic thing which has happened, I would say, in last decade. I can also say that some of the best of the companies, whether they could be UN global companies, probably would have struggled to take space in NCR if we did not have Aerocity and Wordmark. So I would say that's a great contribution by Wordmark and Aerocity to able to attract best of the global corporates, best of the UN bodies, and best of the Indian companies to hub of NCR. I think that's one great contribution. And I would say here is that proximity to airport, world-class infrastructure, blend of hospitality, retail, amenities, availability of residential apartments not at a very far distance, make it an ideal choice for top class companies, makes Aerocity and Wordmark ideal choice for top notch global corporates and Indian companies.
When we look at this location and we look at Brookfield Properties India, what is your vision for this location? Moving forward, how do you plan to take the development of the area further? As you mentioned that it's already becoming a hub of global players, and how to further ensure that it becomes a top destination across the world. And what specific facilities and features do you plan to provide?
Yeah, so Brookfield Properties just not provide offices. We believe that we provide experience, and people spend, and I say people spend a lot of their time in a day. They would almost spend about 50% of their time in the office actually. So it's important that people feel, comfortable and people feel at home away from home. So we believe in something called placemaking. This means not just office, but placemaking, so that people get a great experience as they step in the office and till the time they step out of the office. That's what we call placemaking. And we focus on, we have a three-pronged strategy, which is based on technology, which is based on innovation, and which is based on ESG. We are a very strong proponent of sustainability and ESG, and we would like these buildings to be rated in terms of, it could be platinum or gold rated. That's our endeavor would be. We also would like to ensure that these buildings are best in terms of energy efficiency. We minimize the water consumption, we minimize the waste consumption, and we are able to switch energy to green energy going forward. That is going to be our endeavor. In addition to that, Brookfield Properties is a great believer in inclusivity and diversity. In fact, most of the campuses, we are first in India to have implemented harmonious guidelines in our campuses, and we plan to do similar thing in Aerocity and Wordmark. This means people with special abilities can use these offices and buildings with ease and convenience. So that's what I would like to say.
How is the work culture being redefined by the presence and enabling all these businesses to operate out of here?
So, I would give a lot of credit to, I would say Aerocity and Wordmark. The presence of these Aerocity and Wordmark ensures that we are able to attract best of the global corporates. So it's also important that there's a lot of give and take between global companies and Indian companies in terms of best practices, knowledge sharing, and culture of innovation. So that's what is happening, and that's pretty heartening.
Let me ask you, since you're here, you're stationed here, your headquarters are here, how do you, which are the best places around, better than all of us? Where do you find time to go? Because of course, most of us spend time in offices combined with commute. So where do you go? Which are the places that you recommend around Aerocity?
So I think that's a tough one, but the good part of Aerocity is that you can step out of your office and kind of a bit spend time at leisure. It's not that you have to get out of the office and then just go back to home. So that's a great part. I think if I really have to take names, then I would say the Walk, which is a retail street, which has best of culinary experiences. You can kind of spend time at ease. You can unwind yourself. That's something what I like. And something which is very interesting is the food court here, and that provides options to kind of all kind of a people in terms of the value meals, the best of the meals they want at a very, I would say, in a short span of time. I think that's again I would like. And then I also like the exhibitions, the events, and some more small activities which keep happening here. I think always good to kind of step out, watch them, and feel relaxed.
All the more reasons why businesses should look at this place. I think already a lot of reasons.
Absolutely.
But really a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Aggarwal, and sharing your thoughts with us. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Same here.
Over this
Same
cup
here.
of coffee.
Thank you. Thank you.